Yo, 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 yo! Welcome to KUC, Kings Under Construction. I'm your host, Rob the Man, followed by Gentleman Joe and the one and only Pretty Boy Jay. And we're the most needed up and coming podcast coming to you right now.
Yo, man, I used to handle shit by myself, but now I handle it with my brothers. Depression stands behind me. I don't fear, fear fears me. Let's do it. Where y'all at, bros?
Nothing like my past life. Knucklehead beating on the desk in the class like taking life for granted. I ain't asked twice, born in the dark with a flashlight. Lord, bear with me like a campsite. Because depression, recession, second first impressions got them feeling like I ain't every man confession. Oppression to a little steady transgression. We broadcast on the podcast. What's next then? Do you see? Use me, so use me. Usually, thing been on my top like a kufi. Couldn't find a way to get it out of my root G until I linked up with the bros KUC.
Welcome to KUC, Kings Under Construction. I'm your host, Rob the Man, followed by Gentleman Joe and the one and only Pretty Boy Jay. And we're super excited today because we're here with Miss Erika Canales.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Miss Erika. We're super excited to have you on the show.
Thank you guys for having me here. So honestly, I feel honored that you guys invited me over to join y'all, and I'm excited. I know y'all going to pick my brain, but that's what I'm here for.
Yes, it was super exciting. Like we said, man, who's gonna be our lineup for the new guests? Because we've dealt with close friends and family. I said, we also have friends that are professionals. So they're like, Rob was like, hey, do you know any professionals? Boom, Erika. I already got it right off the bat. Erika is a nutritionist. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is like what we're doing, like with Kings Under Construction, and I don't know if you got to look or listen to us a little bit, but we're just trying to spread good positive word all the time. And if I could help somebody to be better, and you could help us be better, that's the real.
Yeah.
Lesson in this.
So yeah, the whole thing, the reason why we brought Kings Under Construction was because it's in the name. We are Kings Under Construction, but we're not just a men's group. We've actually grown. We've started out just like, hey, it was a few guys here, but now it's actually we have a lot more women, and then we have children out here, and people are calling us constantly, like, hey, they're reaching out. We need help. I need help. Teach me, show me. So we started to bring guests in here that will help people, better their lives, better themselves. Because at the end of the day, if you're not growing, what are you doing?
Exactly. So just going forward, tell us who you are, what you do, your hobbies and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody kind of knows me as a nutritionist, but I am a dietitian to be. So I do have my bachelor's in nutrition. I went through my internship, and all I have to do is just take the exam so that I can be a dietitian. And so the difference between a dietitian and nutritionist.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know, it's like, okay, what's a dietitian? Or just, so basically every dietitian is a nutritionist, but not every nutritionist is a dietitian, right? So that makes sense to you guys, right?
Yeah.
So as a dietitian, you're pretty much a healthcare provider that you're able to help people with certain diseases in managing their diseases with nutrition. So you can give medical nutrition therapy. As a nutritionist, you're not able to do that, So I decided to be a dietitian and take that route because as a nutritionist, you're just, honestly, I feel like nowadays anybody can call themselves a nutritionist just because they've read a book or because they've lost weight on their own, and so they know what to do. So they want to just do nutrition coaching and do it their way. And people have started their own business doing that, but as a dietitian, like I said, you have that focus when it comes to diseases and like hypertension, diabetes, or obesity, right? So technically a nutritionist, or even
Why you look at me when you say that? Come on.
No. I'm just...
You just literally named everything in my family, right?
Read the room, right? Read the room.
Family
like
history.
diabetes,
No.
Back to you. Back to you.
It's all good.
Sorry. No, but, just as a dietitian, I want to be able to do that and help people manage their diseases. And so I know with, what's it called? Personal trainers or nutritionists, sometimes they give meal plans out, and they're not supposed to when it comes to they're not. It's under their scope of practice, to be able to treat a disease or something like obesity.
Right.
So, I always try to tell people, watch out what you're looking or what kind of information you're reading online.
I was gonna say that, yeah, because so many people post about, hey, do it this way, do it that way, and you just really don't know what's the correct way, right? Like,
I'm gonna throw something out there because I'm curious now. So I'm gonna do a quick lightning round roll off. Factor Cap, what do you think is if this is healthy or not healthy? So as far as diets. Okay, so like your personal thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
So one thing I heard, watermelon diet. People just eat watermelon, and they said they've done this for like years. So I had an ex-girlfriend, and her grandmother said she would lose 10 pounds for 3 weeks. All she would eat was watermelon, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's good to eat watermelon, obviously. It's very full in vitamins, minerals, and a lot of water in there, too. So that's probably one of the reasons, too, because it's kind of like, people, when they do, like, a juice fast also, well, they're getting the hydration and all the vitamins and minerals. But you can still get to whatever wellness goal it is that you have by eating the foods you love and not. I mean, I feel like it would be a struggle to just eat watermelon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I really don't.
So I don't know if you remember, Jay, when I was I tried the juicing thing one time, right? And it's like the juicing diet, and it's hard. Like I did like a 7-day detox type thing, right? So I made all the juices. It was probably like 40 something juices in there, man. And one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, how you doing with the juices thing?" I was like, "Man, I already ate all 5 of them, man." In the first 2 hours.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I already ate all my
dude, like it took a toll on me. But I actually got through 5 days of it. I didn't get through the full 7 days. But what do you think about that diet?
Honestly, I feel like back then I kind of here's the thing. I feel like obviously throughout the years I've learned a lot, There's probably so many things that I've said back then because, I did work as a weight loss coach. And now my mentality has changed so much because I tried to get rid of that diet culture.
Yeah.
So dieting, any fat diets, honestly, I would say just avoid them. Like if you're going to avoid anything is fad diets. I know.
What do you
fad
like something that's trending?
Yeah, anything trending popular,
yeah.
like that watermelon diet seems like a fad diet to me.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them that come in like that, right? They come and
for
go.
A while it was paleo, and it was Atkins for a while, and then I was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but okay, so you focus more on the lifestyle change, not diets. I like that lifestyle change.
Exactly, because truly, in order for someone to be healthy, a diet is only going to last a little while, and they don't last or they don't have those results for people because at the end, they get off the diet, and what ends up happening is the weight comes back on. So once the weight comes back on, people don't know what to do, and a lot of times too is just that with dieting. Yo-yo dieting happens because they're not doing it right, and so people always see that weight fluctuating.
Oh, that's me, 100%. I think, and me and him, we always do this, right? Like we get into this challenge with each other, and we'll diet hard, and then so I'll drop like 30, 40 pounds, 35 pounds or so, and then that's me working hard at it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you start going on this little binge eating and then little stuff like that.
Taco Tuesdays, and then
binging turns to an everyday
Cabo,
thing.
During Cabo,
like, hey, I'm just gonna have one cheat day. Well, we used to do it because we were going
to Cabo, but I was when y'all were the leanest,
yeah.
dude. These guys were like super lean and trimmed before Cabo, and then like during Cabo, I guess y'all like.
Oh, appreciate that.
Well, I'm just saying.
Fell off, right?
No, I'm saying y'all. You changed,
like,
man.
Well, it's like you have something to look forward to, So on vacation, you're like, okay, I want to look my best. You go out there, you do your best, and then just to come back and be like, all right, I don't have nothing to look forward to no more.
You're out there. You're out there eating good food. There's drinks. You're just having a good time, and you kind of like for 7 days, and it's kind of hard to get back into it when you come back.
Yeah.
And
And so that's the thing too, you know, if you want to do something very strict like that, where you know it's just going to be for a trip, and then after that you're okay with going back to maybe being a little bit more fluffier, then that's okay.
I like it. I feel like a shot at me. I'm fluffy. You looked at me like that when you said
Mr.
that.
Fluffy.
Hey, Gabriel Iglesias, what are you doing over there in the corner?
I probably shouldn't have said that word.
It's all good.
It's all fun.
But you know, just a little more, not super
Healthier.
fit. Yeah.
A little bit more thicker.
A little thicker, yeah.
Yeah. So if
Overly
you're okay
healthy.
with, you know, just your weight going back to normal, then it's okay to do maybe something like that. But if you're trying to do something that's going to last,
Yeah.
to be long term, then you want to start with something realistic. You know, you don't want to go super strict into working out 7 days a week and counting every single
The calorie counting.
yeah,
Yeah.
counting every single thing. I mean, you can just
Well,
start
because
off
it is a
slow.
lifestyle, right? Like,
Exactly,
I mean, it's your
yeah.
lifestyle. So you have to get something that you're going to be able to keep for the rest of your life, not something that's just going to be, oh, it's just for this 6 weeks, and then now I got to go, now I'm going to go back to eating crap. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So what gave you this mindset into, like, hey, this is what I want to do? Like, is this all what you always want to do when you start off as a little girl, you know?
No. It was not. I mean, I think as a little girl, my diet probably consisted of cereal and maruchan. So just like, you know,
Yeah, we ate a bunch of those.
yeah. So, you know, things that I could make on my own. I don't know. But obviously what moms cook and stuff. But no, it was never a thing until maybe just a few years ago. After I graduated high school, you know, I did know that I wanted to do something where I could help people. And so, you know, I thought about doing nursing, and then I just decided to change that because of the things that, you know, I learned. You know, obviously as a nurse, they're the patient's advocate, and I really like that. But then I started to learn more about nutrition and how it can change people's health, and how it could even prevent it, right? So like people that are pre-diabetic, they can prevent to the point of getting diabetes by simply just changing some of the things that they eat, right? So then that's whenever I decided to do nutrition instead, and got my bachelor's in nutrition. But yeah, it wasn't always a thing.
It wasn't always a thing? Yeah.
It wasn't always.
So
a
if you could
thing.
say you were doing something else, what would it be besides this?
Oh, I don't know.
This is like your passion, though, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's like,
I like this.
no, that's good. No, that's good.
Yeah.
And that's what I took. We were just talking about this on the last podcast because I was like, everybody's always looking for this perfect job. I was like, dude, find your passion. When you find your passion, like,
Because it's not
you don't
working
care
more.
how many hours you're working. You don't care what you're doing. You drive and you strive for that because that's your passion. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I love that. You know, I love that you know that you admit that, like, hey, you know, I've evolved into the way I was thinking, and now this is the way I think. Because I feel like, of course, with your passion, you're evolving. You know, when I first started doing like photography, and I've only been in a few months.
Yeah.
But I mean, even you told me the other day, like, dude, hey, bro, compared to the first one that you shot, and now it is like,
oh yeah, it's a big difference.
It's a big difference because we're always changing, it's always learning,
Always
and
growing.
And I think with nutrition, like, science is always finding something more. So I mean, it's very noble for you to want to help people for that aspect. I mean, that's amazing. You're changing lives.
Yeah.
And you know you're putting your heart, like, we have a modern day Mother Teresa right here. It's amazing.
So you don't eat cereal no more, or?
Oh no, I do.
I didn't say all that.
Speaking of cereal, and tell me, I don't know if y'all seen this because you know I'm sure all of us watch TikTok here, right? But I seen this guy. He was like talking about Lucky Charms and certain cereals that were coming up, and there's like a lot of negative ingredients in these that they're giving to the kids, and I'm not sure 100%, but I'm like, well, what is the issue with that? Do you know? Would you know? Like,
I haven't seen that video. I don't know what ingredients might be in it, but yeah, I mean, it's processed food,
Okay.
So a lot of processed food is going to have some ingredients that aren't good for us. Certain things can affect people differently,
Yeah.
So I think processed foods, obviously, if you overconsume them, it's probably not going to be good for you.
You hear that?
So
My man right here got about 20 boxes of cereal. That's like one of his favorite foods, right?
Hell yeah.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He's like, whoa,
Yeah.
what you want to say about my diet?
That's a little
Don't talk
late
about
night
the
snack.
cereal.
No, honestly, it's a late night snack for me. Like,
Yeah.
For
So what
breakfast, I
cereal
don't
are
do
you
it,
eating
but
then? That's is it a
like-
healthy choice?
Lucky
Yeah,
Charms.
no, yeah, I don't. I mean,
like you're
I
better
would
than
probably have Lucky Charms if that was the only choice. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna starve myself.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing that there was, right? But I try to look for whatever's just like multigrain, whole grain.
Okay. So
And what I do is like I always add almonds or some kind of nuts.
Oh,
and
so you like
fruit.
really style it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I dress it up a little bit.
Ain't got no plain Jane over here. Like I'm about to have that
Yeah.
fruit, kiwi, throw some strawberries
What
in there.
about
Got
kiwi?
got a little Master Chef going on.
But
he
yeah.
always likes the most random stuff. Like,
I do. I love
Kiwi and
man.
cereal, bro.
come on, man.
bro.
It's gonna
on
make
a
it
nice,
sour,
on a nice
right?
little like a cluster. Woo, the grain clusters, bro.
Turn his mic off, please. Turn his mic off.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Oh, sounds good now. Not even
Now
a
you
cereal.
want-
I'm
now
not
you
even
want
a
fun.
cereal person, dude.
Can we get some cereal?
Right.
Here?
Right. No, yeah. I mean, that's cool. But what? So, why do you think, honestly, like, why is it important that we need to be eating healthy in general? Like, why would you say that?
Okay, let's come back to that because
Okay.
since we were talking about processed food, right?
Yes,
so I do
yes.
want to point out that a lot of healthy food is processed too, right? So like any frozen fruits or vegetables or even
All processed,
yeah, it's all processed. Canned vegetables and fruit, all of that stuff is all processed.
Like frozen,
you know?
frozen vegetables with it. That's
Yeah. I mean, they process it a little bit, right? Because they want food to last.
Oh,
so
I
it's
didn't think about
processed in a
that.
certain way.
So they probably spray something to keep it-
But it's minimally processed, right? Canned foods, right? They have to put some stuff in there to,
keep
make
them
it last
last,
longer. Yeah, but it's
yes.
still going to be good for you in a way, right? So, so I don't want people to think that all processed food is bad. It's just minimally processed foods. The
Right.
highly processed foods those are the ones that
Those are like
maybe-
pizzas that box pizzas and bagel bites, pizza rolls. I gotta clean out my refrigerator now.
He's just thinking about
You
that,
broke
just
my heart. I
craving.
cleaned out my refrigerator.
Got hungry. all of a
Damn.
sudden.
I just started really like, man, what else is in my refrigerator?
And some of those foods are also high in sodium.
Oh, yeah.
So high sodium, right? It's
High blood pressure.
exactly.
Yeah, and that's one of the things
Well,
that like,
actually, I had high blood pressure and I got diagnosed with that when I was in my early 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just hereditary, they told me. So I really do check on any sodium that I eat. I don't really eat a lot of salt in general on my food, but yeah, no, I understand the whole sodium thing as well, man. And you don't realize there's a lot that has sodium in it.
even like drinks, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Like Gatorade has a lot of sodium. I mean,
Oh, and sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like,
Yeah, I mean the typical American diet is pretty high in sodium, and technically we should consume like I think maybe 8,000 or 800 milligrams less than what the typical American diet consists of. So if we're already eating that, it's really not going. It's going to affect our health, right? So
Yeah.
that's why we see a lot of people with heart disease in the end, and so
dude, and that's becoming more of a factor, especially with men, like
Yes.
heart disease. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like there's a lot more diseases and cancers that are being more aware of it, and I believe it's just all the foods that we're eating.
I mean, yeah,
It's all the
I
intake.
believe it too. I believe like all the processed stuff that we eat, and it's actually going into the children. I mean, you're seeing kids sick nowadays. Like, dude, you're seeing kids sick of like cancer and like just these weird diseases. They got to come from somewhere, especially if they don't have a history. Nobody in their family has a history of like that. So it's like, dude, how are these kids getting sick? I mean, it has to be something environmental or something in the household, which is something that we eat, consume.
So just going off the top of my head, walk me through a day of what you're eating,
oh my, what I eat in a day.
or like let's just say
We'll call it Erica's
let-
intake moment.
let's just say breakfast. What would be like? Hey, this is a good healthy breakfast for me.
Realistic for you, like
Realistically.
Okay, I'm
I'll-
going to talk about what I do, but it doesn't mean that everybody has to do this.
Right. I know,
So-
because then we're gonna ask Joe. All right.
get a whipped cream and a.
Whipped cream on that. So, I don't know. Typically for breakfast, I'll probably have eggs. I do like to have eggs for breakfast. I can say that I probably consume way too many eggs than what I should. I mean, I try to always limit myself to 2 a day. For
Two
sure,
eggs?
2 eggs a day.
Why is that though?
Just cholesterol and all that stuff.
really?
Not that I have any high cholesterol, but
You're just
I
trying
don't
to.
know,
You
I
don't
just-
want to start.
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah. Because obviously, if I'm eating chicken and all this other stuff, it all has cholesterol, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
going
yeah,
to add
yeah.
up,
Yeah.
So I do limit myself for 2 a day because I have probably eggs 5 days out of the week, if so. But like I think it's the Diabetes Association. They say to have only how many eggs a week? Yeah, I think 6 eggs a week.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even eat that many, but I probably eat maybe like a couple a week. Anyway.
I feel like some people eat 6 eggs in one sitting, or some men. Some men can
I
literally
eat
eat
eggs
6.
every Friday. I go to IHOP
Yeah.
because I work out in the morning, so I go every Friday. I go to IHOP, and I always eat, but I eat egg whites. So
Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's
is it
fine.
not the
It
same,
is-
or I mean,
I would say, is it not the same? Is it different?
No, it's good. That's good because you're taking the yolk out. I mean, the yolk is
The cholesterol.
oh, that's the issue. Okay.
yeah, but I mean, the yolk is still pretty healthy. It has some proteins and other
Oh,
stuff
really?
that your body can benefit from. But
Because I'll be like, hey, give me 4 eggs, 4 turkey bacon, 2 protein pancakes. That's what I eat. I
wow.
I be grubbing.
You're like,
Especially
that's a
after
lot of
workout.
processed food. You want to say that out loud? But
No.
So when you go to IHOP, you said you eat the egg whites, the turkey bacon, and the protein pancakes.
And
Sounds like a lot.
pancake,
It sounds like a lot of processed food to me.
Grand Slam, and a
The
Diet
super-
Coke.
and a Diet Coke. Diet Coke to wash it all down. Actually, a good one. So diet sodas. Like my mom is obsessed with diet sodas. What do you think? She's like, your eyes open up real bit, like, Joe.
I mean, honestly, I think there's a controversy between them, So obviously they have certain ingredients to where, in certain cases, like why not just do the regular? Why do the diet one? So, but I mean, I think there's different ingredients in each, right? So. Certain ingredients they probably should be avoided. I don't eat or drink any Cokes at all anymore. I stopped that years ago, and it just.
Oh,
I ended up-
really?
yeah.
So you don't get that craving of drinking a Coke or a Sprite or anything like that?
No,
So-
because it's been a long
I just
time.
need that gassy taste sometimes. But
So what do you stick with? What do you drink?
Water.
Just water?
I'm boring. No, I mean, yeah, I'll drink some water, obviously.
Like Topo Chicos.
Topo Chico with some lime in there.
Oh,
some salt.
That's my
Hey.
stuff right there. You don't even know.
Yeah,
Make a little michelada.
Yeah. Oh, Michelob Ultra. So I quit drinking about a year and 8 months ago,
Okay,
right?
good.
And so people were like, "How do you do it?" This is the way I did it. Because somebody told me, like, dude, when you get the craving, I used to drink a lot of micheladas. So like when you drink a craving, get michelada mix. Actually, Justin was the one that told me this. Get the michelada mix and get the Topo Chico and drink it. Put the salt in the rim and everything.
Recovering alcoholic.
I'm not lying. Like that killed the taste. Like every time I wanted to drink, I drank that. I was like, I'm good. I don't want to drink no more. Like that's perfect.
Yeah.
So that was, but yeah. And also when I quit drinking sodas, I don't drink sodas. When I quit drinking sodas, Justin again, they was like, dude, Topo Chico with the black cherry Mio, dude, that tastes like a Dr Pepper. So I started doing that, and then eventually I was like, all right, I don't want to buy no
I
more
think I
Mio.
taught you that.
Nah,
No,
Ju- Ju- no, Justin taught me that
Give me
one.
my credit. Give me my credit.
Justin taught me
I
that
give
one.
credit where it's due.
But yeah, so that Topo Chico helped me out with that. Helped me treat drinking. So
Yeah, I also those flavored, like the flavored carbonated waters. Like that's what I get from like HEB.
like the HEB ones. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I be.
And that talks
drinking
about
a mess
today's
out of those.
sponsor. Today's sponsor, Topo Chico. No, wouldn't that be crazy? Like, damn, Topo Chico sponsored us.
No,
it's
but there
totally-
is some. I think there's a brand called Soda Pop, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a healthier one.
It says
Maybe
pop,
it's-
right? It says pop.
Yeah, or maybe it's something else, but it apparently has like probiotics in there.
Yes,
and
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
tried it. I
Yeah,
tried it. They're
okay.
expensive though. I mean, they're pretty pricey. They're like.
I mean, I
$3
think
a
all
can.
healthy food is now.
Yeah.
Okay,
for
so
the
speaking of
most
that,
part.
I got one for us right here. All right, so what about energy drinks? Because I know us right here as men, men, we get carried away with those energy drinks. I probably take
drink-
one a day. I'm
I
not
drank
gonna lie.
one before I got here.
Alani, I drink Alani, I drink Celsius.
You what?
I drank one before I got here.
I quit drinking Monster. I don't drink Monsters no more. But I drink Alani because Justin is a little bit healthier than the Monsters. Justin is like my personal dietitian.
So I hear, I'm not a dietitian or
Oh,
nutritionist.
no. Personal dietitian.
You want to call yourself out
Hey,
there?
I just give a little bit of advice.
you
You
wanna
know?
call
Helping,
yourself
bro.
out
It's
there,
been
man.
helping.
Let's see.
I mean, you got me to stop
Credit where
drinking.
credit's
You got me to stop drinking sodas. So I mean, you're doing something right.
So what do you think about it?
Um,
Do you drink them?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't know. Probably the Alani one might be a good one. I know there's certain ones that they say that are healthier, right? But I just I don't know. I don't really feel like I need the energy boost. I'm not even a coffee drinker either. I kind of just
Really?
yeah, no.
So you're just
I've-
naturally a happy upper person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm
Lucky.
like I don't know if I'm like that all the time, but like I said when I got here, I'm pretty tired today.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, she's
yeah,
coming
no,
from a
just
trip,
like,
and
yes,
you're
Yeah.
coming from a
I
trip,
drove.
coming from Dallas. So we appreciate you even
yeah, of
making that effort. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, just
Yeah,
right off the
so-
plane, straight over here, man.
No, I drove.
Oh.
I wish it was.
About to say you
there
took a
today.
plane?
I
Damn.
saw the plane literally right outside drop out, parachuting down. No, they didn't even stop.
Well, that would be
Parachuting down.
No, yeah, I had to drive, so it was a 4-hour drive
Wow.
or so.
Oh, really? Oh, you drove
Yeah.
today. Wow,
Wow.
no, that's why you're
Yeah.
tired.
Well, we really
yeah.
appreciate you
Yeah.
coming by then, man. I know
Yeah,
you've
of
got to be
course.
exhausted.
Yeah.
That's a heck of
But
a-
but yeah, no, I don't. Honestly, I feel like people end up getting used to having that coffee in the morning or having. And I'm not saying coffee is bad. I mean, coffee is great, right? But those caffeine drinks or energy drinks, the people get used to them too. So I feel.
Yeah, I
it's
think
just-
I've only become like the caffeine doesn't even do it for me anymore. I just drink them just to drink them now. Honestly,
flavor
like I don't
and
feel like the coffee does gives me a boost in the morning so much. I don't feel
Probably
like
just drinking it
the
too
energy
much.
the energy
So your
drink
body's
doesn't.
probably immune to it now, right?
Yeah, I feel like
keep
I
looking at her like, I
feel
need
like I become immune
validation.
to it.
I need that validation.
Am I right?
Am I going the right
I'm a
direction? I'm a nutritionist. Rob the nutritionist.
See, yeah, you're a nutritionist.
Yeah,
now,
you
too.
see, that's what.
Oh, dang. Don't get
No,
that.
but
He's
no,
TikTok certified.
Yeah. TikTok certified. Yeah.
TikTok University.
No, I mean, yeah, but everybody's putting this out there, and I don't even know what's right and wrong all the time. I just do the best of what I think. And I do my research a little bit, but I just try to eat as healthy as I can. And really, I'm pretty good about Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'm not so good. You know what I mean? Like,
So let me ask a question, because this one kind of like sticks with me. And I've always wanted to ask this. So you have organic fruits and vegetables, and then you have regular fruits and vegetables. And then some people say like even fruits and vegetables from Mexico, fruits and vegetables from Florida, fruits and vegetables from Texas. So all those different things, do they really make a difference at the end of the day?
So I think there's different reasons to all the, like locally, right? Since you're talking about either from Florida or Mexico or anything
don't be
like that,
racist
right?
on
So,
vegetables, bro.
so maybe an example would be like avocados, right?
Yes.
From Mexico.
That's a
Aguacates
big one
from
because
Mexico.
avocados are super expensive. Like
And
the
avocados.
Haas versus the Mexico one, bro. I want to give me a Haas one. It was $4 for $5 at HEB right now. But if you get the small ones, they're like $3 for $1.75. And they're like,
I've
okay,
never seen it
Haas
that
are like,
cheap.
I know. I was about to say
Aldi-
that's
Aldi
pretty
has-
I
damn
will
cheap.
price check you
look,
right
Aldi,
now.
go to Aldi's. Aldi's, you get the little small Mexico
We're
ones.
going after this.
Yeah, we'll go. You
I'm
can buy me
gonna
some
price
avocado.
check
And you can buy me some avocado.
Loser buys avocados.
Loser buys avocado. Let's go.
But no, actually, I completely forgot. There was a documentary that I saw about avocados and how wherever, or I guess in California and somewhere in South America that they were raising them, but they're low in water. They were still taking water from somewhere where they weren't allowed to get it just to grow the avocados. Oh my god, I can't even remember. It was too much to explain, but it was a really good documentary. But the point is, like, it kind of made me want to stop buying avocados for a while because I'm just like, okay, these people are taking advantage of, those farm workers that are,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
But I'm back to buying avocados because, they're so good.
Avocados like.
I love avocado. I
do
probably
too.
eat maybe like half an avocado a day. Like,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
yeah, I really love avocado. There's a lot of potassium in them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing and that was one of the things that my doctor used to tell me.
Yeah.
What, dude?
You need those potassium. So, do you remember the time we hung out after playing
Oh, we're gonna bring
basketball? So Rob does need a lot of potassium. This one time, we were playing basketball. It was in our 20s, and he got like a full body.
Dude, I got a full body cramp. I don't know. I was like, I was all messed up like
he
a
went
pretzel.
from like, man, that was a good workout. He's like, I was like, what's wrong? Don't touch
Yeah, my body would cramp up all the time, really bad, and thank God it doesn't do that anymore. But you know, like I noticed that like staying hydrated, you know, potassium, low in potassium, stuff like that. Like I take care of myself more in that aspect because I know if I'm gonna work out hard, then I need to stay hydrated because I would cramp up so bad, like
Hey, my boy like a little mini
Bad.
T-Rex.
That's been forever. Yeah, he's always
You
cramped
remember?
up since we were young.
since we were young though. Even when I was younger, like I remember being asleep, and when I was like 10, 11, and I would be cramping up on my legs and
Like
stuff like that,
cramp.
and I'd be trying to stretch in the bed and shit.
Man, I'll never forget that look on your face, dude. Like a baby T-Rex. He's like, don't touch me.
So why would you say like it's important though? Going back to what we were talking about, why would you say it's important, hey, to eat healthy?
Okay, well, going back to what Joe was saying about, locally grown, I think it's just more related to the environment, right? So if you're getting things from Florida or brought in from anywhere else,
This never happened.
I know, we got so many motorcycles today. What's going on?
I think we're clear,
Okay.
right?
Okay, cool.
All right, so if we're getting our produce from outside of our city, getting our produce locally grown is kind of just better for the environment. So that's one of the reasons why people choose locally. As far as organic,
Less pesticides, right?
yeah.
So less chemicals go inside your body. I understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, if people that are on a low budget, I would say just get the regular stuff. You don't have to.
I know because
Yeah,
it is a lot.
buy
It is a lot more
organic,
expensive,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
If organic is your excuse, you could just buy the regular stuff. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That I saw that. I was like, man, organic's more expensive. Like,
Yeah. So, and some of those organic stuff still might have a little bit of the
chemicals. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
you have to put some kind of
chemicals,
chemicals in it because keep the flies and the worms away and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so being healthy on a low budget doesn't have to be hard, It doesn't have to hurt your finances.
With eating healthy, what would you say would honestly be the best way for people? Do you feel like it's the pre-planning, the grocery list? I mean, is it in your mind if you're telling somebody, hey, look, you want to get on the right track, it's your first day, you're taking a step forward, this is what you need to do. I recommend you doing first. What is it?
So honestly, I think that would depend on the person. Maybe for some people, yeah, the pre-planning and making that grocery list would be better. But for some people, it's just kind of adding to or changing a few things to what you're already doing, So, if you're having, example, I was talking about what I eat in a day, right? So I usually start my mornings with some eggs and some maybe potato.
Sorry, we never finished that.
Yeah, we did it.
we
We gotta
jump
close.
around.
We got to show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So typically it's just like eggs, potato, and then if I don't have vegetables, then I won't. I mean, potato, is considered a vegetable, but like a starchy one. So some people don't consider it a vegetable. I do, but I like to have a leafy green in there, or some type of green. So if I have the vegetable, like I'll add it into my eggs. I'll add some spinach or some mushrooms.
What about like cactus, like nopales?
Oh
They're
yeah,
good?
I love nopales. Yes.
I don't buy those enough. I actually like them. I should be.
I
more.
seen something the other day and I was like, man, I'm gonna ask Erica. Like, is that good?
Yes,
Nopales?
definitely. I if y'all haven't tried this, I do have a post. I think I have it on TikTok where you can. And I don't know if y'all have had tofu before.
I was
but-
gonna ask you because I saw you did a lot of tofu stuff on there.
So the tofu with nopales, if you do it with like, it's called the chile guajillo. I think that's what Mexicans call it. But you just boil the chile, and then you take off the seeds if you don't eat too much spicy.
Yeah.
And then you just blend it up and you put it onto the tofu, and it honestly kind of tastes like chorizo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good, and then you can add that same sauce to the nopales, and it's really good. So
But does tofu have any nutrition in it? Like,
well, I mean, it has protein, and so like when we were talking about cholesterol, right? So it doesn't have any cholesterol in there like any animal protein's gonna have. So
Oh, okay.
animal protein contains all cholesterol, it contains all the fat, right? And sometimes people need to limit their animal protein for certain reasons. Either the doctor tells you, hey, you know what, avoid red meat. And so if the
That makes
doctor tells
sense.
you that, okay, where am I gonna get my protein from? So sometimes people wonder, and you can get them from legumes,
Because I've
walnuts, and all
tasted,
that stuff.
tofu, and I like to think I'm a good cook, but I don't know how to cook it as like I should, and
Yeah,
it's a
I
little tricky.
honestly,
It's not like working with like chicken breast or
yeah, I feel like it took me a while to kind of find a good tofu recipe
yeah, yeah.
because
You had something on your TikTok where it was like almost was it a tortilla with I guess you made with eggs and then with tofu, right? Or I mean it was tofu and I forgot what it was. It was like a tortilla with tofu inside of it, but I don't know what was.
okay, maybe was it red? Was the
Yes,
tortilla red?
yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's something that my mom like. Growing up, she would make entomatadas. That's what she called it, but it's basically like an enchilada,
Uh-huh.
and so it does have queso fresco inside,
Uh-huh.
but
Oh.
I add that tofu in there. So now it's just like I'll add the tofu in there, and of course throw some lettuce on top,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
because you gotta have your greens, right?
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
So and maybe some avocado, right? So, so as I was saying earlier, what are things that, in order for you to start eating healthy, do you have to avoid things? Do you have to start creating a grocery list? Probably not. I mean, this is probably write down what you already eat and then see how you can modify that to be a little healthier.
Right,
So
right, right.
adding those greens
That
or
makes
adding
sense.
that protein, maybe it's a little higher on the carb or on the fat, so lowering that down a little bit and just making it a little bit healthier. So, if you know that you already go grocery shopping and you cook, for the most part, maybe most meals are healthy, then honestly, I feel like most of the things that people just need to do is increase their fruit and vegetable intake, because most of the time I've seen that they don't really consume too many of those fruits and vegetables, which they contain those vitamins and minerals that our body needs, right? So I think simply starting with that and maybe increasing their water intake and maybe being more active, those are the three things that you can just start and make a
That's
change.
awesome.
And that kind of goes back to what you're saying, lifestyle change, not a diet. So changing the small things in your
Exactly.
life.
So,
make it to lifestyle.
so what is going to be some of the things that would be hard for y'all to be like, man, dude, I just can't substitute this for anything. This is what I got to do, and be honest.
So, like I said, my stuff has just recently changed because I've been going to the gym, right, with our previous guest Joe Garcia. So I've been taking the morning classes with Rob and Joe and Manny. Shout out to
we
Manny
take a boxing class in the morning.
Yeah,
and,
4:30 in the morning.
He just started with us, yeah.
at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's 2 days.
So,
But
after this, there's gonna be a little one-on-one, me and him on the camera.
Yeah, so like it's recently started changing, but not only that, because like I said, I'm actually working on a different financial goal. So I actually been working on saving money instead of going out, because my food bill has been ridiculous and the prices have gone up a lot. So I'm like, dude, I can make way better food for a lot cheaper. So for instance, I've been eating chicken and rice. So I eat chicken and rice for lunch. For breakfast, I eat overnight oats with strawberries, and Justin had told me about this protein yogurt. It was really
Your
good.
nutritionist.
Yeah,
nutritionist.
Justin's like,
Yeah, dude.
I haven't heard.
I talked to Justin about a lot of
he's
stuff.
going back to Justin.
Yeah.
Justin this. Man,
Yeah,
wow,
he does.
look
He
at
has
you.
a lot of good. He hasn't steered
Are
me
you
wrong
sure you're in
yet.
the right career?
he hasn't steered me wrong. So it's like you bet on the horse that keeps on keep you winning. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so for my breakfast, it's the overnight oats with strawberries, and then that protein yogurt, which is really good. For lunch, it's chicken and rice, and then for dinner, I mean, it usually changes. I usually do turkey meat with egg whites, and I'll put in there cilantro with I forget what they're called. They're like the white beans they put on the pho. I forget what they're called.
The bean?
It's like
The
a
bean
white
sprouts?
bean sprout.
Oh, bean sprout.
Bean sprout. I knew it had the word bean in there. I couldn't figure it out. And then jalapenos, I'll eat that with it too. But that's usually my dinner. But like I said,
Yeah.
it's just recently changed for the last week and a half, because like I said, I'm just trying to budget. I have financial goals I'm trying to meet.
So back to my question. What exactly?
So I was trying to
My
deter
man-
you.
my man
I was trying to
steered-
deter you away from
I
that
forgot
question.
the original question.
My man steered a whole different way.
I'm trying to get you to forget the question. I'm like, I didn't want to answer it. So my biggest thing, honestly, man, and it's so weird to say this, but it's the energy sodas, the energy drinks.
Okay, so
I-
you just feel like you're hooked on them so much that like it would be hard. Like,
Dude.
if I told you had to stop today, like that'd be like one of your hardest things.
I'd probably fight you.
Hey,
It'd probably be Mortal
give me the
Kombat.
gloves. I got them.
Oh, it ain't even gonna be the glove. You're gonna turn around.
Oh,
I'm gonna hit
that's
you. I'm gonna hit you with the mic.
No, you know, mine is like I guess like pizza. Like I'm like I have to eat pizza at least probably like once a week. Like and not only that, like I'll eat a whole pizza down. Like I'll scarf
The
a whole
whole
pizza.
box?
Yeah. Like
No, with the box. You eat the box too.
I'll eat the box.
I see them do it.
What about you, Jay?
Nah, mine would probably be like he said, caffeine. Caffeine in general. I mean, I feel like I always have to have coffee, and then like throughout the day, it's like 2 o'clock comes, I'm ready for energy drink. I mean, and the thing is, I've gone to a point where I've cut it off, but it's like, man, I just crave it.
So where would you say like you're getting energy from? Like is like I know you say food, but like
You take vitamins like
God
B12 or
helps
anything?
me
oh yeah,
get through my
no,
day.
for sure.
No, I don't really take vitamins. I
There goes my next question.
No vitamins.
No
No,
vitamins.
I'm not saying no vitamins. I think
Yes to
actually,
vitamins.
I'm not gonna say I don't take vitamins because I did start taking some recently, because I wanted to take biotin just for hair growth, right?
Yeah.
But what I ended up getting was the B complex, so it has all the
I
other
used
B
to take B
vitamins.
complex,
And so with that, I was like, okay, I might as well get these because with the B vitamins, it kind of helps with the energy production, right?
Yeah.
So, if you're lacking some energy, you can do that. But I think the main thing is sleep. If you're not
That's
sleeping
my
enough,
struggle.
then that's probably, of course, one of the reasons why, you're tired, right? And then, of course, what you're eating. So once you try to make sure that you're sleeping enough, and then if you're eating all those nutrient-filled foods, and you're working out or just being a little bit more active, your body starts to get more energy than before. So then eventually you might not have that need for caffeine like you did before. But for me, honestly, I don't know. I try to get enough sleep.
What's a good amount of sleep for you? Like
That was my question. What was the good answer?
I try to get 8 hours of sleep, but that's kind of
wish.
hard. It's hard to do.
I wish. Even if I could sleep 8 hours, my body just it just doesn't do it, dude. I'll literally be laying there trying. I just be looking at the
tossing
wall
and
because
turning.
I think I always take maybe 6.5 max.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, 6 to 8 hours. I know there's people that can go 4 hours a night, and I would be a zombie at that point,
Yeah, I was doing that,
So-
but that wears you out real quick.
I did that for a couple of months, and I just felt like you can see on my face that I wasn't sleeping enough. I feel like I was aging more than what I was.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you start
And
feeling that quick.
and it's so crazy that we talk about this with with nutrition and everything because we had the anxiety depression episode, and what is one of the things that Paulino said? One of the pillars that Paulino said that actually causes anxiety depression is sleep deprivation, the lack of sleep. So not only does the lack of sleep hurt your anxiety and your mental health, it also could affect your physical health.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like these little key factors play a big role in your life, and we don't even know it. Like we take advantage. Like, oh man, I'll sleep later, but you're worrying about everything else because you're losing the sleep. It's like a domino effect.
Exactly, yeah. So, your hormones get all imbalanced. Then you start, people end up drinking just caffeine in the morning. They don't have any breakfast, so that's also not good. I say coffee is good for you, right? But you want to make sure you're having breakfast in the morning, not just coffee. So, sleep is going to be
How
important.
do you feel about fasting?
Like intermittent fasting or fast?
Yeah, intermittent fasting.
I mean, it has some short-term benefits, but as far as the last time I researched on it, there wasn't any long-term benefits to it. So, and honestly, you don't really need to do it if to be healthy or to reach that wellness goal. I feel like for some people, I say for me, breakfast, like I cannot live without breakfast. Like I
Really?
need to.
You're a breakfast person.
Yes. Like if I get energy, it's because I have breakfast. Like if I don't eat breakfast, then I'm going to be I can't function.
I'm not even a breakfast person. Like I think it's hard for me to have breakfast. So I honestly I don't really even eat till about 11, 12 every day.
I don't know. Friday.
And I wake up at 4. So yeah.
Do you drink
Your
coffee?
Friday breakfast sounds pretty good to me.
I have not been drinking coffee only because we've been taking this boxing class. So I kind of hit a pre-workout before I go.
Is that what
eat
keeps
up.
you up, bro? Really? I thought you were doing
You
it
don't take
natural.
you don't take
No. My energy comes.
You were wondering, right?
My energy comes from the grace of God. They let me get up that day.
Yeah, nah, I'd take a pre-workout, and the gym that we go to is probably like 15 minutes away. So the moment I wake up, brush my teeth, hit that pre-workout, drink water. On the way over there, I can feel my body already heating up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
tingling.
it's already
You
tingling.
got the damn cheat code over there,
It's a
boy.
cheat code, baby.
So that actually goes to that one. So what do you think about pre-workouts, stuff like that? Well, I know you say you don't like supplements, but
I mean, I feel like if you don't agree with energy drinks, you're not gonna agree with pre-workout.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken pre-workout before. I feel like if I was to actually, get into it like I was back then maybe I would want to occasionally do it. But I feel like I didn't really need it back then either, to work out. So I think it's just people get used to it too, so I think some people just kind of, you have to listen to your body. You listen to your body, and if a lot of the times, we're just supplementing our with many different things that in the end you're kind of counteracting. Is that the correct word? Like, some people end up taking melatonin at night, for example, right? So in the morning they wake up, they take pre-workout, or they try to, take all these energy drinks, and then at night they're like, okay, I need to go to sleep. Let me take some melatonin. So then it's just, okay, what are you doing to yourself?
I feel like you're calling me out.
Yeah, it's this guy right here, melatonin.
Hey, because isn't it, even before the pre-workout, like I said, I have a little issue sleeping, and it is kind of, I started taking the melatonin thing, but the thing is that I would oversleep with taking it. And they started giving me bad dreams, so I stopped doing that. Yeah, I was just taking the little gummies, too. I was like, golly, I'm having
What
bad
are
dreams.
You sure they wasn't shrooms or something, bro? They laced your stuff up.
Maybe, man. I mean, I didn't get back at Walgreens.
LSD gummies, huh?
Yeah, they got me at Walgreens. So, go ahead.
So I'm not trying to say melatonin is bad either, but your body does produce it naturally.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get used to it. It's all your body ends up getting used to all this stuff that it might not produce it as much.
I'm about to say So that's one thing that
Somebody else told me that. Yeah.
So if you want to take melatonin, take it. But you say you oversleep. You probably don't oversleep. You're sleep deprived, and so your body's trying to catch up on that sleep. So if anything, do it on a day where you can sleep in or whatever, and just melatonin probably should be used just so that you can fix your circadian rhythm to make sure that your sleep is back in cycle.
I would like to meet Rob with a full 8 hours of sleep. I don't think I've ever met that guy before.
Nah, probably not. Yeah, I think I'm just so fast paced, and even people say like, "What's going on? Like, how's it going?" Like, I mean, literally, my day consists. This morning, we went to the gym. I got a full-time job still. I went to the gym after. I actually have a business, a real estate business.
Yeah.
I had to go drop off material, took a shower, came here. I mean, it just, I'm constantly rolling and going, and I don't know. So for me, it's more of a mind thing. So I think that's what kind of keeps me rolling. But I would like to be like, hey, what are some good healthy habits to eat, especially like snacks on the go? What do you think about that? Because I seen you had a snack, and I was like, I think that's what I struggle with. Like for me, is like I need something now. Like I need snacks, like some good healthy snacks, because it's easy to grab some chips, right? But you did something on your TikTok.
Oh, the tuna one?
Yeah, you just recently did it, right?
Yeah.
So what was that? I know I kind of saw it, but if you could break it down for us, like what was it exactly?
I was on the go. I had just gotten back from the doctor. I wanted, so one thing is like, making sure that your health is get checked, every year or so. So that day I had just gotten back from the doctor. They drew my blood, so you have to go fasting, right? So I got home and I was like, okay, what can I do really quick? I need my protein. I need some kind of vegetables too. So, and actually I was dog sitting, so I went to my friend's and I stole it from her. And so I took the bag of chips from her. And I
saw they were like jalapeno chips or something, right?
The Vicky's.
Those are really good too.
I love those.
Yeah. So man, we need to get sponsored by all these.
I know all the good ones.
Mentioning, but so yeah, I took the Vicky's bag. I opened it, threw 2 packets of tuna in there, which is probably a lot, but I needed some calories in me. And then I threw some cilantro and tomato in there and just kind of shook it up a bit and took it with me on the go. And then I went to watch my little cousin's son play t-ball, or no, it's not t-ball anymore. I think it's just regular
Baseball.
baseball. So I was sitting there in the seats just eating my tuna chips. I don't know,
Oh,
but
I like it.
so one thing is that you have to be creative sometimes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Come up with anything that you can come up with. And so I think when it comes to something that's quick and on the go, it's fruit. Honestly, you can
Oh, I love
literally-
apples. I can eat them.
Really?
Apples and
Yeah.
plums.
I'm an
like,
orange.
or
Oh,
plums,
orange or plums. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
plums. And I don't buy them enough. I used to eat them all the time. You know what I mean? Like
Orange, plums, peaches. I love peaches too. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
get them and eat them, and you can just grab them and take them with you on the go. But also, and I was gonna mention this earlier when we were talking about eggs.
Yeah,
Eggs
yeah.
is you can
Like a
boil,
boiled egg, yeah.
you
Hard-boiled
can boil
eggs,
your
yes.
eggs and just take it with you or whatever. Whenever I'm going somewhere where I know that obviously your food's gonna go bad if you leave it out,
Right,
you
right,
don't want to
right.
get any foodborne illness.
Yeah.
Then you want to make sure your food stays cold. Then that's where I have this little. You gave it to me for Christmas once. It was like
Have it?
I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
It was for like a Secret Santa. It was a little cooler and it has the ice pack in there.
Yeah,
so
so, a little freezer, free reusable
Uh-huh.
freezer ice pack.
yes. So
I'm just upset that he never gives me nothing for Christmas. Bastard.
I give you the Google Home.
Oh, you sure do.
They still use
Sorry, I'll take it back.
You still use the shit out of it.
it's a really good gift.
Right.
But yeah, I use that thing all the time because this stuff was smoother, and I'll leave it in there.
smoothies.
I'll leave it in the car or whatever, and I'll go do
Yeah.
my little errands, and then
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
sip it whenever I'm ready to drink it. So you can have a protein bar too. I feel like when it comes to that, they're a little expensive too. So the egg might be a little bit easier. Maybe some.
There's like Quest. I think those are.
Yeah.
I've heard
Quest chips.
protein bars are just like pretty much candy bars. Are
Yeah,
they not?
I mean, no, I wouldn't say that because, I mean,
I heard like they're just as bad. And that's what I heard.
yeah, so I guess the thing is because, they have high carbs and fat and sugar and whatnot, but, our body still needs the
Those
calories
macros,
and
yeah.
those macros, yeah, and it has the protein that might kind of balance it out, but, I mean, it probably does depend on the type that you're getting, and... I mean, even I don't know. I feel there's certain people that are very, very strict into what ingredients are in certain things, and they just want to avoid every
So
single thing,
speaking of
right?
snacks, in honor of you being here, I've been looking.
Uh-huh.
I went to go grab all these snacks
Ooh.
because I was like,
Oh.
I was trying to see, and I'll open this up. See.
Brand new. He didn't
Skinny
just pull it out
Pop.
of nowhere. Brand
Skinny
new.
Pop didn't sponsor me, but if you want to, no. So when you're looking at something like that, what do you look at the back of these labels and like?
I do. I mean, for the most part, depending on what I'm looking for, then
I want to look at the back though.
So for example, protein bars, right? Let's go back to that. When I look at what to buy, there's going to be some that they're just granola bars. They're not actual protein bars. So they're not going to contain that much protein.
Yeah.
So I always try to look and see, okay, these do have more protein, less carb, less fat, etc. Now also, for me, I want to get calories. So I try to get something that's higher in calories. For some people, they might want to do something that's less in calories, because depends on whatever goal that they have for themselves.
Right.
But like for this, it has sunflower oil. Some people say, oh, avoid sunflower oil. It's like super bad, and I don't know. I mean, it's just
I would have never noticed that. I would have just looked at, hey, how many
the
calories
label,
is
the
this?
nutrition
Yeah.
facts. No, I
You actually read the ingredients.
yeah. I do read the ingredients, but not all the time. I mean, I'm not that, like I'm saying, there is people that are super strict and they're like, oh no, it's trash, like avoid it. But I don't think, like I said, if you have this once a week, I don't want to say that word, never mind. But, sorry.
You're
I was
good.
going to say it's not going to kill you, but then again, I don't want to say
You
that
never-
because you
you
never
never
know.
Hey,
Like, man,
Like
I choked the
pug.
damn popcorn kernel.
I don't fucking eat skinny pop.
90s.
I like that particular popcorn when you actually pop it fresh, but it's super good.
Yeah, so people think eating popcorn is healthy, right? Because it's low in calorie and etc.
not.
So
Is it or is not?
I think so.
Popcorn's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit.
I
A
mean,
little bit of tahini.
tahini.
He's trying to find a way to make it unhealthy.
Right?
I know,
You're
yeah.
like, you were good at popcorn. You should
Little
just
bit
stop
of- a little bit of bacon
Now you
in
brought
there.
your sodium back up.
Yeah. No, so, and I mean, when it comes to, sometimes people even say fruit is not good unless it has some tahini in there. And when it comes to the tahini, I always get the low sodium one, So I
Yeah,
do
with
add
the
that
blue
in
top.
there. Yeah, the blue
Yeah.
top, exactly. And maybe some lime too. People always end up adding that
yeah.
too. So,
Like watermelon with
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Or
No,
some
water with
cucumber.
lime. Cucumber.
Oh yeah. Oh, cucumber. Yeah,
Or
that's a good
jicama.
one.
Do you guys like jicama?
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
dude.
jicama.
I cannot eat jicama without the freaking tahini, dude.
Yeah.
I think
Man,
I've
we
ever
should have
had-
brought food today.
Yeah.
We should have brought a bunch of fruits.
You got you knew a nutritionist coming here. How come you bring fruit?
Damn. I
Bring all this
forgot.
processed food over here, making us look bad, brother.
No, it's fine. It's
He's trying to figure out what unhealthy food he could eat.
Yeah.
Right? He's like,
I'm trying to see. Hold
good
on.
or no? No, all right.
No.
Cool.
Okay,
That was
next.
I was
Well, I already know I can't drink sodas no more.
Yeah.
No more energy nopping.
No. Like,
Lucky Charms.
I don't want to be that type of person that says you need to avoid this, and that,
Yeah.
It's just that you need to minimize the
it.
intake,
Yes, yes.
If
No, I get
if
it.
your diet, and by diet I don't mean like you dieting, I mean like your food intake. If your diet consists of highly processed foods, then you probably want to make a big changes, right? But there's people that think whole wheat bread can be unhealthy, right? Why? Because some brands can contain high fructose corn syrup or even yogurt with all the sugar in there, right? So, there's
Yeah, and I hear like difference between yogurts. That's another
Mm-hmm.
thing. Is like you never know. Like some people are like, hey, this yogurt's good for you, and then you're hearing somebody else, it's not good
It's
for
not
you.
good,
So
yeah.
I'm not. That's the thing. It's like
yeah,
Who
that's
do I
and
listen
that's why
to?
I say, try to avoid what you hear on social media because you're always gonna hear different things, and in the end, people get confused. People get confused and they just don't know what to do at all. So just try to learn and really like for I feel like you kind of could just do what's good for your pocket, if anything,
Right.
Because for me, for example, like if I'm looking at yogurt, well, I do dairy-free yogurt. So if I'm looking at those dairy-free yogurts, I would probably want to choose one that's minimally processed that doesn't contain as much sugar. But hey, if the other one is cheaper, then and I have a budget, then I'm probably going to go with a little bit of higher sugar. But, it kind of just depends because if you are somebody that you need to watch your sugar intake because your doctor told you to, then you got to watch out for certain things like that. So it's really, looking at the nutrition label, it's going to be important.
So do you stick with a strict diet?
No,
No.
I don't.
Just kind of eat what you want.
I eat what I want. And some people think that
you
I
eat what
don't.
you want as far as like what you're just eating. You got healthier habits.
Yeah.
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 Got it.
Exactly.
Remember, it's a lifestyle. She leans more towards lifestyle. Not diet.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you the nutritionist or is she?
I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta pay attention. Women always say we don't pay attention, dude.
Yeah.
Come on,
I was paying
you're
attention.
killing
I
me,
was
bro.
paying
You're
attention.
killing me.
No, but yeah, I kind of eat what I want, but I am a little more conscious about what I'm
You're
eating.
aware. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And that's good because it comes with knowledge. You're learning about it, so you start to fit it into your routine.
How do you feel about cheat meals?
I would say to avoid the word cheat meals. Because it just, when it comes to you changing the way that you eat, I mean, or even cheat days, right? Sometimes like, oh, Saturday and Sunday are my cheat days. And
I think Joe had a cheat month one time. Remember that one
I
time?
had a whole cheat 10 year. Started back up. I'm coming back from it.
So,
Joe has one good day.
I had one good day in
Nah.
10 years.
I think it's all of us. I mean, well, me in general. I do the same.
yeah, so I think, like if we're building a new lifestyle, then you kind of have to incorporate this into your everyday, right? So it's okay to have that cheat meal, right? I think really what it's about is that you have to make sure that most of your meals are healthy, If you have one cheat meal here and there, it's okay, So it doesn't have to be like every single meal that you have to make it healthy. So I mean,
going back to what you eat, a typical Erika lunch, what would that be?
lunch. Honestly, probably some chicken or oh, and you know what I wanted to mention, sorry, earlier how you were talking about chicken and rice, right? I feel like that's one of the main things that people always focus on whenever they're wanting to reach a certain wellness goal, right? Or lose weight, for example, right? So they do chicken and rice with broccoli, and it's just like, oh my God, like I would get so bored of that. And
I was gonna say that because that's boring as hell.
I feel like I add different sauces to it. Like one day
Oh,
it'll be
yeah.
like Frank's Red Hot Sauce, the next it'll be like
Dude,
like
that's
a
me. I
guacamole
love the
salsa,
sauces,
or you know what I
yes.
mean. Like it switches up the whole taste for me.
I use
Yeah.
Frank's Red or sriracha sauce. Sriracha, oh, love sriracha sauce.
yep,
Too.
same.
That's life.
Well, I usually with grilled chicken, I usually put one bun under it, put another one on. Chick-fil-A, you know
talking
what I
about
mean?
hot spicy? You just
Hot
hot
spicy.
spicy, bro.
You just name it hot and spicy. Yeah,
Put a little lettuce on there.
little fries inside.
Yeah, that's hot spicy.
Yeah, so you're saying chicken breast? Yeah, I mean that could be a little bit boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't, to get to that healthy point, you don't necessarily just have to do the same thing over and over again. You got to learn different ways to eat, because then that's also going to make it last longer, right? Because
Yeah.
then, you're going to hit that point where like, okay, I'm sick of chicken and
Done with
rice.
chicken.
So that you end up just going back to your regular old eating habits probably, right? So definitely try to just, add different things to it so that you're not bored of it, right? But I think for the most part, I eat a lot of chicken. I do eat rice, but really just any, or even legumes, right? So if it's not rice, then I'll eat some legumes or potatoes.
What is? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. You know what that is?
Legumes?
Yeah, what is that?
Like beans,
Oh,
lentils.
green beans.
Okay, lentils.
Lentils.
Yeah.
Lentils,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go. I got you on that.
Yeah, so any of that.
I sent you that packet. I hope you didn't read it.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like I say, I kind of eat anything that I want. But what I make sure of is to at least two of my meals in the day to be healthy, right? So if I know that I had a bad breakfast, I don't want to say the word bad, maybe an unhealthier breakfast, or maybe not just something that has other macros, or like a complete plate, then I would if breakfast wasn't good, if lunch wasn't good, then lunch I'm like, okay, I need to have some vegetables. Like if I didn't have vegetables, then I need to make sure I have vegetables for dinner, or just
I think a lot of people struggle with the whole eating habit of eating vegetables. Do you like? I mean, me personally,
Dude, I love vegetables, bro.
me personally, like I eat the mess out of asparagus, anything. Like I
Oh,
love
yeah.
vegetables.
The way,
Ever since I was
the
young.
way you cook asparagus, bro, is really good. My favorite thing to eat, and I'll eat. And it's so weird. I eat grilled onions. I love grilled onions.
Oh, I do too.
Mushrooms.
I heard that actually builds
love-
testosterone for men, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, grilled onions.
That was raw onions.
I mean, raw onions. No, any
Oh.
onion. They say any
Oh.
onion.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's a new one for me. I
I
didn't
don't
know.
know
Okay.
about that, yeah.
We had to research that
that's
one. No,
a-
Yeah, we
honestly,
researched
Andrew Tate said that actually. So.
Yeah.
Seriously, they
Oh,
say
you know it's gotta be
bodybuilders
true.
eat raw.
That's
onions.
100% true then.
That's facts right there. That's
No,
like
they say raw onions or any type of onion, it builds testosterone for men. So
I like that. I like mushrooms, spinach with my eggs if I eat it. Like a little kind of like an omelet. So I do
I
spinach,
kind of like
tomatoes.
spinach, but I haven't found the ultimate recipe to be like, hey, this is like something.
I think it's good on its own. I mean, I don't.
On
I
what?
usually
I
it's
never
like
had
a.
that. Salmon and spinach.
I said it on its own.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I don't like cooked spinach, except whenever it's like on scrambled eggs, then I can eat it. But cooked spinach, just like on anything else, I don't really like it. I prefer to eat it raw or on smoothies. I can make like a smoothie with some spinach in there, and I like that. I think, and so like one of the things too about starting a new healthier lifestyle is kind of having go-tos. So like for me, spinach is kind of, or was one of my go-tos, because I know that I could have it in my eggs or in my smoothie, or just wherever, in a sandwich, throw in a sandwich, or just cut it up and throw it on top of enchiladas or whatever. And so to me, that was kind of like a go-to, right? So you're always going to go to the store and grab that spinach. So I think go-tos are just going to kind of help out, right? So especially at the beginning, right? Because you're trying to get into the habit of eating differently, and making sure that every meal has those vegetables. So the go-tos are, I think what kind of helps me too. You know, potatoes are one of my go-tos. Like if if I don't have the rice, then my carbs are going to be potatoes. So it's just, you know,
So
something.
is it like any potato? Like, because I see there's like what
Sweet
different types.
potato, Russell potato.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
for me, what I've been doing is just the affordable ones. So the brown ones,
Yeah.
I think they're
Russell
the
potatoes, yeah.
the Russell ones. Those are the more affordable ones, right? The red potatoes, they're really good, but
Love red
but
potatoes.
they're a little bit more pricier, right? So
Do you like sweet potato?
Oh, I love sweet
Oh,
potatoes.
so like
yeah.
actually today I made it.
Yeah,
So
he grilled it. It was really
I
good.
grilled some sweet potato, but I actually really love sweet potato, and I didn't realize how much I loved it till this year. I've been eating a mess out of sweet potato, but like, what are some like good habits? I mean, like, what are some good nutritional facts about that?
Before we move to that real quick, fun fact: if you eat too much sweet potatoes, your skin actually starts to change color. I learned that the hard way. You start getting like an orange color. I
Orange
love
color.
sweet potatoes, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna look like Snooki.
Carrots too.
Bro, you go the Guido style. I like
Oh,
it, bro.
that's what I'm doing, dog. That's what I'm
And they
doing.
can be at the gym, be glowing.
Yeah, that's what that was what I was going for.
I always think of the old school Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
The
The
Oompa Loompas?
Oompa were orange. Yeah, I always think of that.
So now I'm gonna be unbelievable.
Yeah, you got your hair.
No, yeah. So I mean, honestly, I like the sweet potatoes because obviously they're kind of
How do you
sweet.
eat it?
I actually bake them, or like this time I kind of grilled it. This time
Yeah, it was really good.
I kind of like put it in foil because we barbecued today. I barbecued for my guys today at work. So kind of grilled them like that, but they're really good.
And what do you eat it with?
Uh,
That was just plain.
that was just a side, really.
Okay.
Yeah, because I ate it with chicken breast, that and asparagus. I don't know.
I feel like the good
Okay.
thing about it is like it's already like it has its flavor, so you don't have to add anything to it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
'Cause
some yogurt,
I don't know. My family or my
like unsweetened yogurt, like you know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
the Greek
yeah.
yogurt,
I've never heard of
unflavored.
it.
So my family thinks, I don't know, I guess they use sweet potato more of a dessert type of thing.
Oh.
And so, but me, they think it's weird that I do it. So I bake it too, right? I bake it and I split it in half. And what I do is like add diced chicken in there, spinach, some tomato, and sriracha. And it's
Like a baked potato.
Like a baked potato.
Oh,
yes.
that's pretty cool.
Like a baked potato. And
Hey, you know they do that like at Texas Roadhouse like that. They do make it like a baked potato. For
Oh,
you.
really?
Like yes,
Sweet
yes.
potatoes?
Yeah, they're huge over there too.
Wow.
Pretty cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
but I never thought about doing it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna
So-
try that
Listen,
tomorrow.
and since it's sweet, my family's just like, why do you eat it like that? That is so weird.
It's a
I'm just like,
dessert.
yeah, but I'm just like, it's a lunch
No,
or dinner.
no,
for me,
I-
It's
like,
healthy.
Yeah, no.
I'll take it.
No, honestly, like I actually like it like that. Like, yeah,
And we're gonna do a new
Combining the
recipe
taste.
called Erika Said recipe.
yeah. There you go. There you go. So
Erica said I could eat
all
this.
these so you naturally you cook all the time then.
yeah, I do. For the most part, I have to always cook. I don't really go out to eat much, just because right now I'm not working. So you know, I have to keep myself on a budget. So I'm mostly eating at home.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel about fast food?
I think, you know, it's, man, that's a tough question.
Now you know what they need to make. They need to make a healthier fast food.
Yeah.
I thought about this, and don't take my ideas, whoever's listening. But if you do, give me
think
some
somebody
credit.
already beat you, bro.
I'll take a royalty. Nah, imagine a fast food, even a convenience store, but something that you can grab that is just healthy food that you can go through the drive-through, take off the menu, and they give it to you. Like, I mean,
I think that was kind of like a Zoe's Kitchen or something.
Yeah,
wasn't
Zoe's
it?
Kitchen's like that.
I just went there
Sala-
yesterday and it was
salada?
closed.
Salada's like that too. Well, I mean, you can build your own stuff.
I heard salada's really expensive.
I'm talking about going to the drive-through though. You know what I mean? Something that you can grab quick. Like, hey, give me turkey oatmeal. I mean, turkey.
I do not want to eat your diet, bro.
I don't want to go to that fast
Yeah.
food restaurant.
Damn,
I
I
gotta close out really quick.
never
Motherfucker's
mind.
out of business already.
It's
People
like
that add bacon to the grits, so I don't know if that kind of falls into that same, you know,
I mean-
turkey or oatmeal. I don't know.
I meant to say turkey meatloaf. Okay. So like like kind of like going through the drive-through and asking for
No,
something
yeah,
like
I've thought about things like that too, like, you know, a convenience store too, where they can pick up some quick things, because it's just, yeah, most fast food isn't the best, you know, but it's okay to do it occasionally. Hey, like if you're If you're on the go, you have nothing else to eat. I'd rather you eat something than not eat at all, because then in the end, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna go the whole day without eating,
And
and
that's
then
just
at
crazy.
night, yeah, at night you probably end up overeating because you didn't eat. Yeah, you didn't eat enough during the day. So I think in certain cases it's okay to do it. Just
And
as long as you're not doing these things every single day.
I know I'm not the only one that be walking through the convenience store looking for a healthy snack. Because I be
Mm-hmm.
walking through there, I'm
Convenience
like,
store?
man, what is there around here? The only thing there is at the convenience store is protein bars. Literally, we talked about protein bars,
Trail
or
mix,
like,
nuts.
or trail mix, stuff like
Beef
that.
jerky.
And I mean, that's the only thing to me. I mean, like that's the only thing that I will ever grab. Or you might have occasionally like bananas up there or some fruit. At some convenience
Yeah,
stores.
so like, whenever I'm on road trips, like I'll occasionally stop at Buc-ee's or something,
I was
and
just
it's
about to
just
say,
like
you guys too. You
You guys
guys
have Buc-ee's.
too.
yeah, so it's just like, man, what do I grab? Because I don't eat meat. I mean, I eat chicken. I just don't eat red beef or pork, right? And obviously, like the brisket sandwiches are popular there and all this other stuff.
Yeah, they are
So I'm not gonna grab something I don't eat, right? So, and I always think like, man, what am I gonna eat? And so they have certain good.
Yeah, they have
They
like
have-
boiled
Turkey.
eggs
Do
and
you
stuff like
eat
that.
turkey?
Yeah.
Why don't you eat red meat or pork?
I stopped. It kind of was just at first, just to be a little bit healthier. It's not that I had any health issues. I just thought it would probably help me a little bit. And then eventually I started feeling bad for the animals. And people tell me, okay, but you still eat chicken and turkey and fish and whatnot. But I don't know. It's just I did, try to be a vegetarian for a while. But
I tried
Um,
to. I did it
yeah.
for 6 months.
yeah,
I
that's
did
a
it.
long time.
Yeah, I did it for 6 months, and I only did it because I have health issues. So I actually have a thyroid disease.
Oh, okay.
So I did do it for a while, and it did change me for a little bit. But then I don't know. I just needed my protein, like more protein, and then I tried to do the tofu thing. That's why when I saw your tofu, I was like, damn, I wish I would have had this before. 'Cause
Yeah.
I couldn't find no really good tofu recipes that I liked. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, when it comes to things like that, just right now you can balance things out. So have that tofu here and there and eat a little bit less of whatever they told you to eat less of, and then that way you can prevent your whatever health issue somebody might have. So so I think it's just keeping a balance of things.
Yeah, for sure. And just you, Joe, in general. Like, what snacks are you taking all the time? Like, if you say you had to like, what's something
Oh
that you gotta
man,
be like on
oranges. Oh, on the road.
the road? Like, if you're just like, hey, I'm.
Oh, on the road, I'm a big trail mix person. I love trail mix.
And that's
Trail mix,
Yeah,
sunflower.
but cashews, they got like a lot of like, what calories?
Or it's not trail mix.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you see
Oh.
like cashews, it's usually in trail mix, right?
Sometimes if I'm willing to go for the ones that have almonds and cranberries. Those are my favorite. I love dried cranberries. Well, cranberries in general.
Yeah.
I feel like my favorite part of Thanksgiving is the cranberries.
I think you're one of the few persons in the world that like that.
Reals? You don't like cranberries?
Not on Thanksgiving.
love-
The little canned ones.
No, like cranberries, like actual cranberries. Your family don't have like actual cranberries?
oh no.
He does actually get no. Honestly, I remember he got excited one time. He's like, "Oh man, y'all got cranberry? It was cranberry sauce or something like that."
Yeah, dude,
And I never even
cranberries.
touched it. You know what I mean? Like, but
It's
I
so
never.
good.
My whole 35 years of Thanksgiving, I never touched cranberry, like the cranberry sauce.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I love cranberries.
I think he has some in his pocket right now.
I wish I did. I'd be eating them right now. I'd be eating them right now. Probably this damn skinny pop. It's got sunflower oil.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, man, like I said, that's my go-to snack. I mean, dude, that and unpopular opinion, but a monster. I mean, But that's what keeps me going. And when we take those long trips, especially for work, when I'm working, we're driving. When I used to do deliveries for work back in the day, that's how I did. I'd get like some trail mix. I was like snacking and drinking them energy drinks, and it just kept me up. Justin knows how I am when when I'm driving. So I gotta stay up.
So let me ask you a question. When you eat cereal, do you use regular milk?
No, I don't use regular milk.
You don't.
I don't.
So what are you normally using?
Either almond milk or soy milk or whatever kind of plant-based milk that I have. Just because I try to avoid dairy as much as possible. I mean, I love to eat cheese. obviously.
I love
So
cheese.
yeah.
Jeez.
So it's like, okay, if I'm gonna have dairy, I'd rather have the cheese than have the
Than the
milk.
milk.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the only time that I'll have milk is
So
in the
sweetened
other
or
stuff.
unsweetened?
Unsweetened when it comes to, if
Unsweetened.
for cereal, yeah, you have to do unsweetened just because the cereal's probably gonna have a little more sweetness, and it's gonna have some sugar in there, and then
Yeah.
like I said, I add all this other stuff to
That's
it.
what you use, right, Jay? Unsweetened almond milk in your cereal?
Oh hell no! I use whole milk all the way,
Oh my god.
all the
milk,
way. I don't even like 2%.
Really?
Yeah, I
Dang.
don't.
And
I'll eat it, but I'm not a big fan of it.
And I was gonna ask that because I know my mom says the same thing too. Because I always tell her you have to do 2%, and she's like, "No, it doesn't taste the same." And I'm just like, "It does."
It
like,
doesn't. I feel like whole milk tastes a little bit more creamier.
Creamier,
I get a
that's
little bit
what
more
she says.
milky.
Wow, that
So
was
you-
the
you
word. I
really-
wouldn't even know how to express that.
That is like, yeah, that's like utter hatred for other milks, bro. Like,
I mean, I get if there ain't no more milk, I'll have to.
you banging with whole milk now, bro? Like,
Nah, I see. I don't mind it though. Honestly, I actually like unsweetened almond milk.
I
That's
love
actually,
almond
I
milk.
actually buy that. I really don't even buy whole milk or 2% at all. Like, there's no milk in my house really.
Okay, but that's all I use for cereal, whole milk. But the thing is, whenever I'm drinking a protein shake, I'll use almond milk.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
because then
yeah.
you're mixing it in with like what, chocolate flavor, and then like
Yeah.
you're mixing it together, so it does kind of take away that flavor. So it's kind of
I actually like using
you
almond
could use
milk.
water just doing that.
I mean, but
I use almond milk with my coffee. Paulino was talking about that the other day.
oh, okay, yeah.
Last time on the podcast, he was talking about that, and I tried it out. I was like, oh, I really like it like this.
See, some people don't even like doing it in the coffee because almond milk is a little more watery. So I guess this is all coming based on what my mom tells me because I always try to tell her to do things a little bit different, and so she doesn't like it, and so I'm just like, huh, okay, well that's interesting.
I
But
feel
she
like it's
says-
actually pretty creamy today. Like when I tried my coffee today, I was like, for almond, I was like,
Oh, you did it today?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how I drink my coffee. I actually bought like a little mini little thing of unsweetened almond milk. Try something different. I really liked it.
So you drink the black coffee with the almond milk,
Yeah, and I do 2 Splendas.
12 ounce.
No, 6 ounce.
Dude, I cannot drink a whole 12 ounce. Like, I don't know what.
Oh, I
it is
just drink
about
8.
I don't know what about, because there's some guys at work they'll drink like 2 or 3 coffees, and I'm like,
That's
dog,
Frank.
like what
Yeah,
the
no,
hell?
Frank,
Our
our boss
boss,
Frank, he'll drink like
man.
4 or 5 cups of coffee.
I'm
a day.
like, there's no way you're drinking that much caffeine. Like, there's no way.
To me, when it's hotter in the day, like especially throughout the day, like, I don't even want no coffee.
Oh, I don't drink hot coffee though. I get like ice cubes and I sit there and like a little mixologist, like just shaking it up. Like, what y'all want next, guys? Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
I like cold coffee, bro.
So what would you suggest? I know that's kind of like a little funny, but for like somebody who's like digesting purposes, like what is the best foods like for that? Like have like high in fibers and stuff like that. Because I know like a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know me
so-
in general. Like I need to know that because I'm trying to digest. You know?
You gotta take a shit.
Not right now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Constipated.
Wow.
my thumb hurting, dog.
I ain't shit in 2 weeks.
So if you're constipated, high fiber foods can help.
I'm not constipated. I'm asking for the.
I'm asking for our
I'm
fans
asking
out
for a
here,
friend.
our viewers.
Asking for a friend.
So no, but I mean, honestly, I feel like there is a lot of people that I've talked to that, man, I'm constipated all the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a normal thing to talk about, honestly. So high fiber foods, fruits and vegetables, they contain those fibers. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Increase that.
Okay.
And so consume more water. That's gonna help things
Flush out.
Yeah, and then sometimes too much protein can also cause constipation. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
and
that. Oh, that's
most of us
interesting.
eat
Like protein
a lot
drinks,
of
right? They do
protein.
that.
Yeah, I
I
heard
heard.
that,
I
yeah.
did hear that about protein drinks, and I didn't know that though.
Yeah, so that's
Really?
something that if you're consuming too much protein, then
What are some foods that are like you would say that they're high in fiber?
well, like I said, the fruits and vegetables, legumes again.
Oh, yeah.
Any whole wheat stuff too. They'll kind of have some fiber in there. But I would also say that sometimes people they'll take fiber supplements, and at that point you probably don't want to overconsume fiber either, because then you're gonna still be constipated. So too much of it is also bad.
Oh,
Too much of
really?
anything that can be healthy is also bad. So I think that's why nutrition can be so complex.
It's like you eating too much fiber, and the fiber card's like, Uno reverse. No.
Yeah.
You thought you were gonna get unconstipated, now you're constipated
Yeah.
again.
You know, the reason why we really wanted to bring you on, and Joe mentioned you from the get-go, and it's because with our family, this is my brother, and Joe's my best friend. we got a bad history of just bad health from our family.
Yeah.
You know, long line of that. Uh, my dad passed away at 43. My grandpa passed away at an early age. His brother passed away at an early age. Like especially on our dad's side, right, Jay? It's like, but I never really saw from them good eating habits. I never saw like anything that was like, hey, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna eat this way. I'm gonna keep I'm gonna get a good amount of sleep. You know, it was a lot of just bad habits.
Yeah. And so a lot of things with that too, it comes the way that your family eats comes from generations too, right?
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes people think that you can't prevent that from happening, any heart disease, for example, to happen just because it's happened to your whole family. But if you make those little lifestyle changes, then you can prevent it, right? Because like they've they told you had at 20 something years old, you said you had hypertension. So
Right.
what'd you end up doing?
I started working out. I got in the gym and I started eating correctly.
Yeah, and then what happened?
It actually got normalized. Honestly, they told me actually they were trying to put me on medication, and I was like, look, and honestly, it was because you remember Dad. He always had a lot of medications. I mean, he was taking like 8 pills a day, and I'm like, dude, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be like that. You know, and so I was like, what? I said, can I do something naturally that I don't have to do that? He's like, you need to eat better. You need to work out.
See, and that's proof right there, right? And so a lot of the times is people don't end up making those changes, right? They don't end up eating better. They don't end up working out. So then they end up having to get to that point where sometimes it's irreversible. There's certain things that you can't change anymore when it's gotten bad.
Out of
And
hand.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes with I feel like with some people, they, say, you know what, I'm gonna die eating what I love, like, I don't care. But you can still eat good and be healthy and enjoy yourself and not have to end up at the end suffer from something that's going to kill you.
Yeah,
So,
and like you said, it's all in moderation, correct? Yeah, so
exactly.
that's the main thing. And I know like Joe, he understands as well because he doesn't have the
Yeah.
best.
So like with my family, um, my my grandfather, which is my mom's dad, he passed away when I was 2 years old. So I really didn't get to know him.
Yeah.
Like what I know of him is from pictures that I see. Other than that, I didn't know the man. I mean, supposedly he was an amazing poker player, and that must be where I get my skills from because I'm pretty good at poker. If y'all played me poker, y'all know I'm probably taking your money. You probably don't like me, but it's okay. But
I played you. That's good.
but yeah, so but yeah, like you said, he had diabetes very bad. And then with my family, my aunts have diabetes and hypertension. My dad had a stroke that left a brain aneurysm due to a stroke. But I mean, he was down like 3 or 4 monsters a day. He was working double shifts, triple shifts.
Who was doing that?
My dad.
He was down in how many?
Yeah, 3 or 4 a day energy drinks, the monster ones. Not the 0 calorie they got now. This is the OG black ones.
Bro, I feel like scared if I drink like I don't know, like it's just a mindset thing. I don't know, like if I drink more than one energy drink a day, I'm like, all right, that's enough for me today. I'm not taking any more than that.
Yeah, no, my dad would down them.
And even that on the weekends, I was like, I'm not gonna touch no. On the weekends, I don't even touch that. The only reason why I do that during the week is I'm grinding so hard.
Yeah, so yeah, he went through that, and then like to top it off, made it worse was he would take BC powder with it too. So BC powder thins out your blood. So you're having all this bad stuff go inside you, and he didn't eat that healthy. Like y'all know my uncles. Y'all remember my uncles before they passed away of COVID. I mean, they didn't have the best lifestyles. My uncle Junior, he had like 2 strokes, and he was still kicking. You know what I mean? He had a heart attack. My aunt had a heart attack, and she's super young. She's the baby of the family. She had a heart attack, and she has high blood pressure. So it's not like from one end to the other on both ends. And I mean,
So let me ask you a question. As you know, what you know in your family's like that. Is that kind of like the reason why you joined with me in the boxing class, or?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I was going to the boxing class with you is because I started to feel a little bit bout of depression again, man. And I know the gym, and I talked about it last time before. The things that helped me with the gym was, the depression was the gym, because it's a release. I go through these little weird stages where I get kind of numb, so I like to feel that pain. So the pain of pushing and It sounds really weird, abusive, but as long as I'm abusing myself, that's okay. But I mean, yeah, let's go through it. But and I'm starting to learn while we're talking about this. It's and like Erica said, it's the lifestyle changes. So if you eat healthy, you work out, you're gonna be healthy. It's a matter of time. It's like saying you sit at a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut. Same thing. If you change your lifestyle, if you start eating right, if you start working out, you make this part of your life, your everyday routine, things are gonna get better. It's got to get better, right? It's got to.
I mean, for me, yeah. I mean, I feel like, and another thing is, the gym we're going to is like very uplifting. Like we spoke about this on the last podcast on how uplifting it is. I mean, they're listening to worship music in the morning, and I mean that just brings my spirit up from the get go, right? I told you that, right?
Yeah.
And you saw what I was talking about.
To experience firsthand, it's amazing. Some people are like, dude, like, how can y'all work out to like worship music or spiritual music? Like, if you've actually listened to spiritual worship music and you're putting your heart and soul into this workout, it gives you another gear. Like, it's something like you're telling us, like, man, I can't do it no more. Just listen to these lyrics, man. It's like if like they're just speaking right to you, trying to like go further. Like, God's got your back. He's with you. And honestly, like saying, people always say, man, I'm doing this alone. You're never doing this alone. God's with you.
Shout out to the boy Manny again, our trainer, because this man like literally made a personal phone call to you.
Yes, he did. Man, I'll tell you, I was shocked. I was at work and I was like, who's this?
I just told you about this today, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You want to tell a story?
Yeah. So I've been doing this boxing class, right? So I did this with this guy. He's an MMA fighter and he boxes. So he's super cool, super laid back. One of the most like just humble, energetic people I've ever met. And it brings good energy for me because I feel like in the morning I feed off of that. Like I'm back and forth with it, right? So it feels good like to be around people who are just positive and just bring that vibe. And I love that. So I was talking to him and he was just kind of asking about these two guys. And I told him, I was like, well, I said, I wanted to get Joe up here, but, he's doing his own thing. And, he's trying to save some money right now. So he's probably not going to come because, it costs a little bit to to get trained by him and stuff like that. And then, but I was telling him about Joe or whatever. I was like, hey, man, he'll be good at this class. I said, he needs to really put his work in. And that man, the trainer, Manny, he actually said, he was like, hey, tell him come over here. I'm going to train him for free. I was like, he won't believe me that you said that. I was like, he won't believe me. Joe won't believe me that you said that. He's like, I was like, I said, why don't you call him and tell him that? And sure enough, he called Joe, and Joe started this week with us. Man, I'm proud of you, bro, because like you really been,
that's amazing.
he really been busting his butt, and I'm telling you right now, it is not easy. Like it is not easy.
It is not.
Like the intensity of the workout is like, I mean, we have boxing gloves and we're actually, we're hitting this bag. I mean, it's 1 hour of just brute training, bro. Like just intensity. We're drenched when we get out of there.
And I tell you, it's something about that kind of workout. And I don't know, this is my experience. Because when we're in the third round of our circuit, and Manny's like, give it all you got. This is the last 30 seconds. Like, this is the last that you got. Put everything into it, because after this, it's over. And my mind goes to like life. Like, dude, this is your one life. Why would you not put everything you got to making it important, special? Like, because it's almost over. Death is inevitable. We can never, cheat death. But you have one life. Now, when you were 18 and under, life might have been easy for you. But now, over the age of 18, it's all on you. You're in the ring with the world. Why would you not give it all? Take all of its opportunities, take all the experience, because you only have one life to live.
And I think as you get older, you kind of reevaluate. And I think that's why I'm a lot more cautious now about what I'm intaking as food, right? And I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm just perfect or I eat, and obviously I'm not. But, I do want to develop better habits. I do want to learn to eat better and to just make it a consistent lifestyle and stop doing it. Oh, I have to have a challenge to make this it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. Like, it should, like, legit, this is my life, this is how I live. Like, and me and him, we have to challenge each other just in order to get back in gear, because I'll go 2 months, doing great, and then slack off for the next 20 days, and then 2 months doing great, and slack off again. And what do you honestly say like would keep you consistent though, like for yourself, Erica?
I feel like just blending it all in, that whenever you do those strict days, what do you do? Like
What-
tell me,
Like being a
give
strict
us the
day?
example. Yeah, what do you do like on a week where you're super strict?
Uh, Pretty much everything you said. Just eating. I mean, drinking water. Like I won't even touch a Coke, look at a Coke or anything like that. I eat. I mean, I meal prep. So I'll eat correctly on that aspect. I don't eat after a certain time sometimes. I mean, I don't know if that helps any.
And how many times a day or a week do
I
you work out?
Currently right now I'm working out 5 times.
Okay.
A week.
2 days. 2 days.
Well, right now, I mean, that's just because I'm in a 6 week program. The workout is, you start we do one in the morning and then one in the evening, so it's 2 times a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that's just normally it wouldn't be like that. My normal routine would probably be going to the gym like 4 or 5 times, but I noticed I wasn't pushing myself like I should. That's why I joined it. I joined the 6 week boxing program because I was like, I need to pick this up. Like, this
Okay,
is not
but
me.
you're doing 2 a days, you said.
As of right now, yes.
So, after you're done with those 6 weeks, what are you gonna do? Because
That's my thing.
yeah, so that's the thing. You're probably pushing yourself too hard right now to where
Yeah.
you're doing those 2 a days. That by the end of it, you're like, all right, I look good. I'm done for a while. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
why you end up going back to your
My
regular,
normal, yeah.
right? So that's why you have to do something that's realistic, right?
Right.
So take it slow. Don't be super strict. I mean, I think programs like that are great, obviously, because it gets you started, it gets you going.
Use that jump
So,
start,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and so it's good, but also it's something that you're going to do for a long time, or you're just only committing to for a while. So it's something that you know that you want to commit to for maybe the rest of your life. Even if it means going back to that boxing class, maybe once. Well, how often do you go to the boxing class?
Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Twice
So
a day.
even after the 6 weeks are done, I mean, maybe going once every week, or
Yeah.
don't completely stop going, or go 2 to 3 times a week, or just kind of balance it out to where right now you're going strict, but after it you're not gonna stop. You're gonna continue going, just not as much.
Just yeah, maintaining kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And
at the end of the day, it needs to be a lifestyle when you start working on lifestyles.
yeah.
Yeah, because if not, then you're gonna keep doing the same thing. Like, go strict, give up, go strict, and give up.
I
mean,
think that's where that's kind of like where we're at. I mean, and me and him, we're so close, and we'll go to the gym for weeks and months actually.
Justin's actually been really good with your gym. I mean,
Kind of fell off recently, but yeah, I was going strict for a little while, a good little while, maybe about 5 or 6 months. I was going nonstop.
I remember be like, hey man, we're gonna hang out. Like, nah, bro, I got gym.
Dude, it's so good too when you're in that zone, right? Like it is like when you're in that zone, like nothing can mess. That's why I told y'all like nothing can mess the mentality up. Like even Joe's like, "Hey, are you gonna do the boxing class with me?" I was like, "I already dedicated myself. Like I'm doing it. Like I'm going in the morning. Like I'm gonna do it. Like it's like once I'm in it, I'm like in it, and my mindset is so focused right now. It's like I'm doing it. Like I'm not going back off my word. Like I already dedicated myself, so this is what I'm gonna do. I just wish like my eating habits were as well as like that, like, and sometimes I just, I think it's not more of like, I guess a little bit, sometimes I can overindulge too, that's kind of where I get to, so, but it's just about being moderate, like you said.
Yeah. But I think it's a good start to be more active, right? So I know, like for me, like I haven't been going to the gym, and so it's something that I know I need to get better at. Like you said, when you stop going, you kind of just fall off of it, right? So, but I know that I'm active regardless if I go to the gym or not. I don't live a sedentary lifestyle, So, and I eat healthy for the most part. So I think that's one of the things that has obviously kept me healthy too. But for people with health issues that do need to be more active, and because of the way that their diet is, it probably does benefit them a little bit more to increase that physical activity. But also, I mean, like Joe was talking about earlier, it's working out, any physical activity is good for your mental health too. So in
I
any
think they
way
really
that,
coincide with each other. The
oh, for
mental
sure.
and the working out, the physical as well.
Yes. So it's good, great that you guys are doing that. And then I don't know what kind of worship music he plays, but I mean, I know for me, whenever I do try to work out at home, I try to play something like that, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like I need more.
A
We'll
beat.
send you a playlist.
beat.
I
Send me
got
the
you.
playlist,
I got you.
yes.
Get Spotify. I'll send you the playlist.
No,
There's some really good ones.
I don't know. I guess it's for me. It's more like before, and this is before I knew that gym was. It was like I start my morning off like that, kind of like in the morning, like when I'm going to work, and in my truck, where it's like I listen to worship music, I
Yeah.
pray, and I do like my I am affirmations, and when I'm doing stuff like that, it just kind of like gets my day started. So we're like, all right, let's get it. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready now. Like, and for him to be doing that, that was it was amazing to see that.
It's like an amazing validation. Like you're doing right because this guy's doing it. He's doing pretty good himself. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
for
like, hey,
sure.
man, I'm doing something right because you're doing the same thing. You got the same routine I got.
So if somebody wanted to, you do got TikTok, right?
Yes.
I think, yeah.
I think we know.
If
TikTok.
not, then you've been looking at the wrong Erica's TikTok.
Yeah, right? So if somebody wanted to find you on any platform, where are you at?
Well, TikTok name on there is Erika Vive, so that's Erica with a K, and Vive. And then on my Instagram is Erika Jo Vive, and then Facebook is just like Erika Canales.
And you share like I noticed you shared like a couple recipes. You
Yeah,
shared different.
so I haven't been posting too much on my social media lately just because I'm trying to focus on studying a little bit more, so I can
Understood.
pass my exam. But I try to get back to it once in a while, like whenever that recipe came up, it's just like, you know what, let me post this. Somebody's gonna have to try this. So certain things here and there I do try to post, and once I do become a dietitian, I do want to start posting more often, and then of course any health benefits or tips that can help people.
And then you start
And
accepting
so-
clients, right?
Exactly. Yes. Because like I said, one of my main goals is to be able to help people, and one of my goals also is to, I don't know if it's like as soon as I become a dietitian, I mean, maybe if I do get to start my own private practice, I want to be able to take health insurance. As a dietitian, you can take health insurance because some people don't want to pay for someone to tell them what to eat or what not
Yeah,
to
yeah.
eat. And so I mean, some people will do it, but they can't afford it, and they want to do it and they can't afford it, but they have health insurance.
Some people need to do it. It's not, like
Yeah. So, if your doctor's telling you, hey, you can benefit from talking to a dietitian, then that's where I can come and help. But anyone out there that does feel like they need to talk to a dietitian, or just whatever your doctor's telling you, do it, and talk to a dietitian, because they can help you with your nutrition goal or wellness goal. But don't follow any random nutrition influencer out online. I think that's one of the things that can confuse people. So
yeah, it definitely confused me.
Well, I think actually like now is a good time to start. Like right now, the reason why I say that with the way inflation has been and the prices have skyrocketed with fast food and going out to eat, it's actually cheaper to make your own food at home. So I mean, the best part about that is one, you're saving money. Two, you're controlling your intake. So now you're actually controlling. Hey, you know what? We're gonna make burgers. We'll do the alternative, like Erica said. Be concentrated on what you eat. So
lean protein.
yeah. So
Right.
instead of doing beef burgers, what if you switch to turkey burgers? Making those small little changes here and there.
So so I know, like, for example, I think bacon and turkey pork bacon and then turkey bacon, I think, I always, or back then I used to think, okay, turkey bacon is healthier because pork is evil. I don't know. But, but, I think when it came to turkey bacon, it was higher in sodium or maybe higher in cholesterol. I can't remember what it was. So in certain cases, certain foods might be a little healthier than others. So I think always look at the nutrition label. Whatever your goal is, try to base it on that. Because everyone has different goals, right? Maybe somebody's trying to lower their carb intake, or somebody else is just they care about the sodium or calories. I don't know. Whatever it may be, just always look at the nutrition label. But when it comes to the protein, right? So, if you do want to make some burger patties, then you can get the ground meat that's leaner also. So I always try to tell people just by simply also changing that's going to help a lot, right? Because like I said earlier, the protein does contain cholesterol, right? So it's going to be a little bit higher in fat. But if you choose the lean protein, then that's going to make a difference too. So always aim for 93, 97%. I know when it comes to if you're getting like the 80% lean, then it's going to be a little bit cheaper, right? But always kind of just try to, depending on what your budget is, because I know sometimes there is going to be days where you might need to go for that 80% lean because it saves you a few cents.
Yeah.
So just be mindful about everything else that you're eating throughout the day too.
Awesome. So when do we see the Erica nutrition / cookbook come out?
Oh, you know what? I've actually thought about doing that. I don't know.
I think that'd be pretty
Maybe.
cool.
Well,
Get
definitely
your
be some of your
cool-
first buyers. Here.
Yeah, hey, whenever you get it out, let me know. I want to get my first. I want to get the first copy autographed though. There's no autograph. I don't want it.
Yeah,
Sure.
before you
First
make it
edition
big,
autographed.
Yeah.
I think honestly, with some of the unique things that you've put on, your Instagram, I haven't really looked at your TikTok too much, but I did see. I do follow you on Instagram.
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait for the truck to pass. Yeah. So I do follow you on Instagram. So I do know that you have some pretty unique recipes out there, and I mean I think they're great, especially like your on the go stuff that you talked about right now. Those are like kind of like out of the box thinking, and they're healthy, and like I said, the fact that you're not so much into fad diets or diets in general, you're more into the lifestyle. I think it's a different viewpoint that people should look into getting into.
Yeah.
I know you taught me something.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure everybody listening is learning a little something. We thank you, and we really just, appreciate you coming out here and just hanging out with us, even though after your trip driving all the way down
All the way
here.
down, make time for
like,
us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we're grateful. Any last words or tips or anything to the listeners listening?
Just maybe, as I mentioned earlier, always get checked as much as you can, because I know sometimes people, they don't like to go to the doctor because they don't want to hear any bad news, or they already know it runs in their family, so it's bound to happen. Try to not be so negative about it. If you know you can prevent it, then try and make a change, So go get checked, talk to a doctor, talk to a dietitian. Start off slowly, and don't try to go with any fat diets or influencers online that might just be
Stay away from the whole milk.
2%. No, and the thing about that is that whole milk is really supposed to be for kids that are growing. So they say adults should be drinking 2% milk. So
You're still a kid
Yeah.
growing,
I'm
buddy.
so hurt
Still
right
growing a
now.
little bit, man.
I'm still growing, boy.
So that's why I was like, that's why I had asked him. I was like, okay, with this 2%, like, do you think it tastes different than whole milk? Because I don't know. I hear that it does taste different, but
Some people could taste the difference in water. I can't,
Oh yeah, I can also.
I don't know. Well, we're grateful that you came on here. Normally, like when we end these our podcast, we usually like to end in prayer a little bit. Would you like to lead us off?
yes, of course.
All right.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for the opportunity you gave us to be here today and gather and have this episode. I ask that you guide every listener into starting that healthier lifestyle, into gaining more knowledge, give us more wisdom, and help us understand what we can eat and guide us into craving those healthy foods that are going to be good for our body, foods that are going to be nutrient filled and will help us be healthier. I also pray that you help us manage our time better so that we can have the time to cook and go grocery shopping and make the time to go work out and be able to start that journey. I thank you for everything that you will do in our lives and that you are doing in our lives. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, we appreciate you. Do not
Yes.
forget to like, share, and follow today, and also follow Miss Erica. She can help you out in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And before we go, of course, we're gonna do a quick highlight. So, highlight of the day: lifestyle change, move, work out, good sleep. Most importantly, Joe gives great gifts. And we're out.
Joe gives great gifts. Like, share, follow. We love y'all. Pray for us like we pray for you. Love us like we love you. We out, baby.